Hey guys, so today I'm bringing you a good old-fashioned comic haul from a 50% off sale. If you caught my most recent video, I stopped at Freak Show Comics in Niagara Falls, Ontario, and I was not expecting to be back so soon, but they actually had a massive sale over the weekend. Almost everything in the store was heavily discounted, and the entire back area full of comics was 50% off. So I was a little bummed out because I didn't think I was going to be able to make it, but I just squeezed in right at the end. I made it in like the last hour. So when I was filming my video, there were a few things I was thinking about going back for, so I'm happy I was able to do it with a little extra savings. And you know me, so I got a little bit more than was intended. And something I wanted to bring up about the last video at Freak Show Comics, I wanted to address a few comments that I got about the prices seeming a little high, and that makes sense because the prices are in Canadian. So the Canadian dollar right now is about 70 cents to our US dollar. So the prices you see are heavily inflated compared to what I actually paid for them. So this stuff was 50% off the sticker price plus the exchange. So I paid $20 for everything I picked up. I'm pretty happy with that. So I thought most of the prices were fair. So overall, I'd say I'm happy with the prices I paid, but just like every shop, every con that you go to, there are always some books that are overpriced, and I just don't buy those books. Like, you guys should know me by now. You think I'm buying something overpriced? Come on. So, let's get into the books I picked up. One of them actually is not here because I picked it up as a gift, and it was the Fall of the House of X #1 Art Germ variant with Magic cover. And the reason I got that, it was for a relative who has been recently getting into comics, and his entry point was kind of Marvel Rivals, and he's been really liking the Magic series that's been going on. So figure that's a way to introduce him to a new story with a character that he likes and a really cool cover, and he absolutely loved it. So sharing this passion of mine with other people who have an interest is one of the things that makes this hobby so great. So it really warmed my heart to see his reaction to that. So, in terms of what I picked up for myself, one thing that I saw that I absolutely knew I needed to go back for, I was kind of kicking myself for not doing it. This is Deceased #2 with this Nightmare on Elm Street homage, and you have Poison Ivy as Nancy and Batman as Freddy Krueger right there. And I'm a huge Nightmare on Elm Street fan. It's my favorite horror movie, probably one of my favorite movies just in general. And so I absolutely had to have that little Batman-themed homage cover. I think Yasmin Putri was the artist on that one. I hope I'm saying that right. And then we have Detective Comics 1053 with the Lee Bermejo cover. And I love that. I picked up a few of these Lee Bermejo covers because that's part of my collection that I actively like looking for. And that one's awesome. You have a bunch of Batman's Rogues Gallery and Arkham Asylum. Just give you a better view of that. And then this one I loved. This might be my favorite one that I picked up. You got Batman dragging the Joker. And that was 1047. Almost forgot to mention it. 1057, and this one is Commissioner Gordon with the bat signal going. Love that one. Love Commissioner Gordon there. I think Lieber Mayho draws a wonderful Commissioner Gordon, and Joker as well. Pretty much everyone that he draws. And then we just have one more, Detective Comics 1028. I don't think this is one I already have. I'm not sure, because I have quite a few. It looks kind of familiar, but I don't think so. So, yeah, just really liked that one. And there were a few more that I didn't pick up, but those were the ones that just really caught my attention at the time. And we got something a little older. We got a little bit of Bronze Age. So I got Detective Comics 452. And I was looking at this one in my video. I pulled it out and did not wind up getting it, but there you go. It's very goofy. Everyone knows the real Batman will never use a gun for any reason. If you're really not him, you can save your life by firing that gun in 5 seconds. This is one that I definitely needed to have. And like I said, all of that for $20. I'm not complaining about that. So let me know what you guys thought. I didn't film this time around, mainly because I was in a hurry. I didn't have time to actually charge my phone, and I was just at the shop. I didn't feel the need to make an entire video for this sale, but I wanted to show you guys the cool stuff that I got, and particularly this was like one of the main things that motivated me to go back. And I wanted to go back for that Magic cover because I missed it when I was flipping through, but I noticed it when I was going back through the footage, and I just knew that was something that this guy would absolutely love. So, makes me happy. I got some cool books, and I got to make someone's day with a cool comic, and hopefully he reads it and continues to pick up more books. The thing is that the comic shops in my area tend to price things pretty cheap, but they don't really have sales often. It seems like the Canadian shops are always having sales. I follow some shops in Toronto as well, and I always see them with like half off, 30% off sales going on. So let me know, do your local comic shops have sales frequently? Mine really don't, unless if it's like a special occasion and it's very specific things that are marked down. We don't really get this kind of thing, so that was cool for me to get the half off discount, and then the Canadian exchange is just kind of like getting 2 discounts at once. So there we go, that was it, and I gotta go, so have a good day. Peace.